Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and I'm here with the two most epic gaming beasts of 2019 here for this first of many epic showdowns between the Asus ROG Phone 2 and the Black Shark 2 Pro. Now I got these phones in the last couple days coming back from my trips. The Asus ROG Phone 2 cost me 4,800 Hong Kong dollars, so just over 610 US dollars. And the Black Shark 2 Pro is its kind of competitor at a lower price point, trying to challenge this gaming beast at 3,800 Hong Kong dollars. That was for the 12 GB, 128 gigs of storage version. I got this phone for 3,800, which is just over 480 US dollars. So quite a big price point jump there. I know that the ROG Phone 2 is even more expensive for the global version. This is the China 10-cent version. And so I want to go just down the list and really compare these phones, but I want to get through the design, display, all that stuff pretty quick because we have, for the first time here on the YouTubes, a PUBG Mobile showdown between these two gaming beasts, and I want to get to that very soon, so let's waste no more time and get started. Design: 240 grams, 205, 9.5 millimeters, 8.8 millimeters. These are gaming phones. They are thick phones, but that means they have huge batteries in them, 4,000 and a whopping 6,000 milliamperes in the ROG Phone 2 alike. Honestly, the look of these phones is not going to be for everyone. I think most people will even consider them pretty ugly, but I think if it's a gaming phone, it's got to look cool. It's got to evoke some of that gaming feel. And I think of these two phones, while I do like the Black Shark 2 and its really beautiful silver design, I think the ROG Phone 2 just captures that gaming vibe, that kind of dark, stealthy, Halo-like gaming vibe a bit better, but both designs I think are very appealing for various users. Now there's one area where the ROG Phone 2 just has a step above, and that is that it still includes a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Major win there for the ROG Phone 2, but I still do like the design of the Black Shark 2, and in this beautiful silver color, I think it looks absolutely great. The bottom bezels are pretty much equal on both phones. The top bezels are pretty much the same. These phones do have chunkier top and bottom bezels than I think we're used to now with all the bezel-less beauties that are coming out, but they do make up for that with the really incredible bottom and top firing dual speakers on these phones. So I think that is definitely something that is not an issue for me, at least. Now, I wonder what's happening with the display there on the ROG Phone 2, but let's continue on here with display. 6.59 inch AMOLED, 6.39 inch AMOLED. Both are big and beautiful displays, but there's one thing that separates the ROG Phone 2 from the Black Shark 2 Pro, and that is the refresh rate. As you can see right here at the bottom, I have the refresh rate to the ROG Phone 2 set to 120 Hertz. And let me tell you guys, you notice this the moment you do it. Guys, this is even more smooth and buttery than the OnePlus 7 Pro. The fact that you can get to 120 Hertz means it is only rivaled by the iPad Pro in terms of just buttery smoothness when navigating through apps. It is just a level of polish and of fluidity that I'm just not used to seeing on a phone. And I gotta say that 120, at least to me, is much more noticeable over 90 Hertz on the OnePlus 7 Pro. This is the refresh rate that I hope every phone will have in the future. Cycling through the photos, I gotta say I like the display panel here on the ROG Phone 2 a bit better. You can actually adjust the saturation to make colors pop even more. Now, I noticed some of you guys mentioning that there was a bit of a pink tint on the ROG Phone 2. That may be the case due to the lighting that I was filming in the other day, but I just feel that with the kind of tweaking that you can do on the ROG Phone 2's display, you will have colors that just pop a lot more than the ones on the Black Shark 2. That combined with the 120 Hertz refresh rate, and I think we have a winner here in the ROG Phone 2 when it comes to display. And here's YouTube playback on both devices, and I think both do a pretty good job of showing you content. Honestly, I'm not caring much about the bezels this time because you do get those great front-firing speakers. I will give the slight color edge here to the Asus ROG Phone 2, which, considering the price point, it looks like they may have put a slightly better panel in this device, but I still like the panel on the Black Shark 2 Pro. It's a solid panel, don't get me wrong, but the slightly larger display will just make for a more enjoyable viewing experience on the ROG Phone 2, in my opinion. But here we are in DRM Info, and what do we see the results being? Look at that, L3 on the Black Shark 2 Pro, and L1, baby, L1 on the ROG Phone 2. So that's a wow for this side, and a very thumbs up, good thumbs up here for the ROG Phone 2. Even this 10-cent version will get you HD capable Netflix on this phone. Talking about performance, here we see the two Snapdragon 855 Plus scores on both the Black Shark 2 Pro and on the ROG Phone 2. And they actually came out to be almost identical here, with only a slight advantage on the ROG Phone 2 in terms of multi-core, but the single-core scores are both 3,600 range, and that is super high. One of the highest scores I've tested, at least here on Frankie Tech, and just an incredible score. It really looks like the 855 Plus is closing the gap between the iPhone A12 processor, but the A12 is this year's processor, and I'm sure the A13, which is coming out in probably the next month, is going to surpass these scores even more. And quick mention of battery life, I am in no way at a point where I can start sharing my battery findings yet on these phones, but let's talk about it. 4,000 milliamperes versus 6,000 milliamperes capacity on this ROG Phone 2. What an epic beast. And I think you guys know what you probably are. I know what you guys are asking for, and that's a drain test between these two bad boys. So stay tuned. At some point next week, I'm going to find a way to do this drain test with these two awesome phones. I may throw some other phones in there as well, including my battery champion, none other than the Xiaomi Mi 9T. There it is in that beautiful glacier blue that I got the other day. So stay tuned for that. And quick mention of the UIs. So these are my favorite kind of UIs. Obviously, they are really modded and really kind of skinned over with this kind of gaming look. I kind of prefer the look on the ROG Phone 2, but I do also appreciate this kind of stealth blue, silvery blue look on the Black Shark 2 Pro. But I'll tell you what makes the UI experience just so smooth and amazing is that 120 hertz display, and it's when you're using that refresh rate that you can really appreciate using this phone. Everything is just so buttery smooth, and obviously it's all in the gestures that experience happens. So just keep that in mind if you're not a huge fan of the actual usage or the UIs of these phones, but I think you'll have a much more enjoyable experience with that fast refresh rate on the ROG Phone 2. And just a quick audio test here. Let's play a little bit of Frankie Tech music, and we'll see which of these front-firing speakers initially sounds better. Go. And what can I say? Wow, I didn't think there would be such a separation in terms of audio quality here between these phones. The Asus ROG Phone 2 speakers are just incredible. They are the true definition of what I would hope for in dual firing speakers. They are loud, but you have a really great bass. The mids sound great. It's an overall really awesome listening experience, and honestly maybe one of the best dual firing speakers I've heard on a phone. Really incredible. Whereas the Black Shark Pro 2, its speakers are good, and I'd say they're even really good, but when you put it next to this ROG Phone 2, you just see where Black Shark had to cut corners. And I think the speakers on this phone, while good, just don't get to the level of the ROG Phone 2s. These are incredible, and these are just good. Good to very good. And talking quickly about camera before we head to this PUBG Mobile Showdown, we have two cameras on the backs of each of these phones. So these aren't going to be known for their camera taking prowess here, but you'd be happy to know that you still have that 48 megapixel f1.8 aperture on both of these. The Sony IMX586 with a 13 megapixel ultra wide on the ROG Phone 2, while the Black Shark 2 Pro has opted more for a telephoto, a 12 megapixel telephoto f2.2. So really depending on what your preferences are, I kind of like the fact that they've included the ultra wide here instead of the telephoto. Both phones clearly able to shoot 4K in 60 FPS, just given the sheer power of these devices. And both phones also have front-facing cameras, 24 megapixel f2.2 on the Asus ROG Phone 2 and a 20 megapixel f2.0 on the Black Shark 2 Pro. Have a look at these samples, guys. I'm going to jump right in to the next section, so just let me know what you think in the comment section right now. All right, here we are now with the EPIC PUBG Showdown between the ROG Phone 2 and the Black Shark 2 Pro. Just wanted to swipe to the side and show you these are the kind of the gaming setups. We're in the game spaces of each of these phones. And I have played one match already with the ROG Phone 2. It was incredible, and I will show you guys how the air triggers work in a second. But just showing you here, you can adjust some stuff. Obviously, there's a gamepad for that comes as a separate accessory for the Black Shark 2 Pro. Not sure what that says there, but you can also adjust certain things directly from this menu. And same with the ROG Phone 2, you can adjust if you want to stop any displays from showing up. Data only, it shows you all the temperatures and all that information. And so they're pretty cool and pretty awesome game spaces for these phones. I think I kind of like the Game Genie here on the ROG Phone 2 a bit better. And obviously the air triggers will make for a great experience. But let's go to the one thing that you guys are very curious about, which is the graphics settings on PUBG. And here we go. Ultra HD, for some reason, can't run on these phones, which is kind of annoying and kind of ridiculous because these are like the fastest phones on the market. But one thing that can be run here on both phones is extreme settings, extreme frame rate. I'm putting them on realistic, and let's swipe down now a little bit to make sure we enable anti-aliasing, and we have enabled shadows, and we also disable auto adjust graphics. So here we go. Let's get this game started. See which phone gets into the gameplay first. There you go. It was the ROG Phone 2 that came in first. And I don't know if you can tell already how smooth this bad boy is. It is incredible. And you know what it's time for, guys? The classic Frankie Tech swim test. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Oh, it's been fun. It's been fun traveling, guys, but it's also fun to be back here sharing these awesome new phones with y'all. And so the bezels on these phones, like I said, would be bothersome if they weren't just such beasts when it comes to gaming. It's a non-issue for me. And I just want you guys to see. I don't know if it's coming over in the camera, but it is incredibly smooth. 120 hertz refresh rate. And it's, I mean, I don't know what it is. It just looks so much smoother and more amazing on this ROG Phone 2. I mean, it's a proper upgrade in terms of just gameplay and just kind of overall experience on a phone. Here we are on the Black Shark 2, also looking very smooth, but just not to the level of the ROG Phone 2. But let's do it, guys. Let's get down to the surface, get some guns, and get some action. And there are the settings before we started gaming. The ROG Phone 2 is at 42 degrees, 2.3 gigahertz, you see there, and it's 60 FPS capped there. So it still looks pretty smooth though. Oh man, are we going to fall in the water? Oh yes, we are. So let's go swim to shore on the ROG Phone 2. But while we do that, let's get the game started here on the Black Shark 2 Pro. Okay, got some guns. Let's see if we find some people soon. I got to get going here. Let's get inside and get some guns on the ROG Phone 2. I don't want to not have a kill on this phone. Oh, and I'm getting shot at here on the Black Shark 2 Pro. Let's try to get a... There they are. Take that. Oh yeah, one kill. Okay, so while they're relaunching here, we gotta get some guns. Come on, get some guns, buddy. And once again, playing on two phones is always a challenge. Get some guns, bro. Dude, I don't have any guns. What can I do? I do have a sickle, though. Let's see if I can sickle one of these bots. Keep running there. I'm going to sickle you right now. Let's do it. Oh, yes. That actually worked. I cannot believe it. Oh, yes. I just sickled this person to death. Taking them guns. I'm nearly dead here on the ROG Phone 2. But at least I got one kill out of that. Now here, let me show you how the trigger works. So I've actually set the trigger to the right trigger here for going up and coming down. And I also set the left trigger for reloading. And I'm still sprinting on the Black Shark 2 Pro. So let's see where we are at on this phone. And so here's the pressure sensing, which is kind of the equivalent of the trigger buttons on the Black Shark 2 Pro. Left pressure sensing and right pressure sensing. And you can adjust those pressure settings right there. There we go. And I can definitely feel the buttons down there. Now, how to map them to an actual place to an actual trigger or something, I'll have to figure that out. But just giving you guys an idea here of what gaming is like on these phones. And I'm getting killed. Oh my gosh, I gotta get this guy. Oh, and I'm getting killed on the ROG Phone 2. I don't want to die yet. Take that. Oh yeah, 2 kills. Oh man, and just shooting people on this game on the ROG Phone 2 is super slick. I've never experienced that before. It is super slick. Whereas, I mean, nothing against the Black Shark 2 Pro, but it just feels like I'm gaming on a phone that I've used before. You know what I mean? But I gotta get one kill on this phone. Let's do it. Come back here. There you are. Take that. Oh yeah. 2 kills on the Black Shark 2 Pro. The phone is definitely getting hot here, the Black Shark 2 Pro on this side. But I gotta say, the ROG Phone 2 is even hotter. And I think a lot of that has to do with just that refresh rate. And man, let's see what the temperature is on this phone. 44 degrees, 2.42 gigahertz, 61 FPS. Oh man. But let me tell you guys, I think there's a clear victor here in terms of gameplay experience, and that is the ROG Phone 2. That's nothing to say against the Black Shark 2 Pro, but this phone is just at another level. When I'm playing with the Black Shark 2 Pro, I just feel like I'm playing on a phone I played on before, and it feels more just like a phone with souped up gaming, whereas I feel the ROG Phone 2 is truly a gaming phone in every way, with the triggers that you can use here, with the really just amazing front-firing speakers, and this Snapdragon 855 Plus with the 120 Hz refresh rate. It shines, but you better get a case for this phone, and it better be a good one, because this thing gets hot as heck. It is boiling. So final initial verdict on this epic gaming battle that will continue between the Asus ROG Phone 2 and the Black Shark 2 Pro. I think these phones bring some great stuff to the table, and at their respective price points of over $600 for this 10-cent version. Now bear in mind, that's the 10-cent version, because the global version is some insane amount of money right now. I think I saw it at $1,400 on T-Mobile. And there we have the Black Shark 2 Pro at under $500. The Black Shark 2 Pro is a great kind of more price conscious effort at a gaming phone, but there are a lot of major key features that this phone is missing that this ROG Phone 2 just has in spades. And that includes the battery life, so 4,000 versus 6,000 milliamperes. While I need to test that fully, I do believe that the ROG Phone 2 will come out on top. That is just too much of a capacity difference to overlook, and I think is one of the major pros of this phone. Display-wise, you have the amazing 6.59-inch AMOLED panel, and most importantly, you have that just gorgeous, buttery smooth 120 hertz refresh rate, which I do believe at that refresh rate makes a huge difference over 60 hertz. Then you have, from an audio perspective, you have the inclusion of the 3.5mm headphone jack, and you have those dual firing speakers, which are just at another level over the ones on the Black Shark 2 Pro. And last but not least, the gaming experience, at least my initial feeling of the gaming experience on this Asus ROG Phone 2 was just a step above. I felt like it was truly gaming on a gaming phone, whereas the Black Shark 2 feels more like a phone with really souped up gaming styling and gaming features. This isn't to say that the Black Shark 2 Pro isn't a gaming phone in its own right, it definitely is, but just without the inclusion of that higher refresh rate, lower battery life, slightly lesser speakers, and also the lack of kind of additional gaming features such as those trigger buttons over here. I know they have the touch buttons, but it's just a different feeling using them at the top of the phone. I just think if you're going for a gaming phone and if you want to get the best, then you have your answer right here. The ROG Phone 2 is the total package when it comes to gaming, and honestly, I don't think it will be topped this year by any other gaming phones. This is just such a total package, and if you can get the 10-cent version, it really isn't that much of a downgrade from the global version. As you saw, DRM Info is still L1 here, and you get a lot of the same experiences on this 10-cent version of the phone, which is very clearly expressed right here on the back of this device. Let's not forget the really awesome kind of gaming features that these phones have, like the colors. And I just think, though, in terms of the back design, the ROG Phone 2 just gives me that more stealthy, that more kind of impressive gaming experience. But look, it's up to a matter of preference. I love symmetry as well, and the Black Shark 2 Pro has that, and it also has a much more ergonomic design on the back for playing games. So it's really going to come down to personal preference. It may also come down to your wallet. If all you can get in terms of your actual kind of dollars is something like the Black Shark Pro 2, go for it. And honestly, I think this is still a step above the Red Magic 3 and the previous Black Shark 2 that I tested. But if you want to go for broke, and if you're going for the win, if you're going for first place, pick up the ROG Phone 2. But hit me up in the comments, which phone would you pick? And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. So, gonna be thinking about what type of competition, what type of versus video I want to do next with these phones. I'm pretty sure you guys are all clamoring for that battery drain test, and I know that those take a lot of time, so bear with me on that. I do think, though, these are gaming phones, so stay tuned. I think a gaming comparison, a full gaming video is due for these two bad boys, so stay tuned for that. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech, signing off. Have a good one.